Chapter 34 of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff says, practice random acts of kindness. Practice random acts of kindness. There is a bumper sticker that has been out for some time now. You see it on cars all across the nation. In fact, I have one on my own car. It says, practice random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty. I have no idea who thought of this idea, but I've never seen a more important message on a car in front of me. Practicing random kindness is an effective way to get in touch with the joy of giving without expecting anything in return. It's best practiced without letting anyone know what you are doing. There are 5 roll bridges in the San Francisco Bay Area. A while back, some people began paying the tolls of the cars immediately behind them. The drivers would drive to the toll window and pull out their dollar bill, only to be informed, your toll has been paid by the car ahead of you. This is an example of a spontaneous random gift, something given without expectation of or demand for anything in return. You can imagine the impact that tiny gift had on the driver of the car. Perhaps it encouraged him to be a nicer person that day. Often a single act of kindness sets a series of kind acts in motion. There is no prescription for how to practice random kindness. It comes from the heart. Your gift might be to pick up litter in your neighborhood, make an anonymous contribution to a charity, send some cash in an unmarked envelope to make someone experiencing financial stress breathe a little easier, save an animal by bringing it to an animal rescue agency, or get a volunteer position feeding hungry people at a church or shelter. You may want to do all these things and more. The point is, giving is fun and it doesn't have to be expensive. Perhaps the greatest reason to practice random kindness is that it brings great contentment into your life. Each act of kindness rewards you with positive feelings and reminds you of the important aspects of life: service, kindness, and love. If we all do our own part, pretty soon we will live in a nicer world.
I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies.
Practice random acts of kindness. This chapter just reminds me of a moment where I had e-cash. I didn't have physical cash on me. I just went straight, boarded a public transport, forgetting that I had no cash on me. So the bus conductor, the church mate, started taking his money, and I realized, oops, I have no money on me. Can this guy take e-cash? He didn't mind me. In fact, literally it meant that he was not taking it. There was this young lady sitting in front of me that offered to pay the fare for me. I was dumbfounded. I was surprised. I was shocked. I was happy. I was grateful. All of these emotions were running through me at the same time. Guess what? When I said thank you, she said, oh, don't mention, I had to. Really? You had to? Without knowing me? So yes, I was really grateful. I took her number later on to say thank you. She actually thought I was taking her number to transfer the money to her. And she made me promise that I wasn't going to transfer the money to her. We were having all this conversation in the public transport. So people were listening to us and people were smiling and mimicking. Well, I took the number, yes, and I did not have to send the money because I had promised I wasn't doing that. I just had to show appreciation. Text her later to let her know how grateful I was. And another one also, when I was at the marketplace, these older people, they are about 65, 70, 75 years old, 2 people, they had bought a lot of stuff and were struggling to carry the stuff to the station. In fact, it was a rush hour and these people had to rush with young blood like myself for a spot in the public transport. I saw their struggle a while. It continued for 3 consecutive times, and then I told myself, oh, why am I even standing watching these people? I also wanted to get home on the same bus, actually. So it just occurred to me to help them board the bus. I carried one and abandoned one in front of me and straight into the car. I actually entered the car before them, but because their things were inside the car, I had to tell the conductor, oh, please, these people have their things here already. So they had to allow them to come in. And they were so happy, they were grateful, they were blessing me in the car. Just imagine that. It made me feel super good. It made me feel very good and valuable that I could help an individual, I could help a fellow human being. And it made my day. So let's begin we can actually learn to practice random acts of kindness. It doesn't come with any expectation of repayment. It doesn't come with, I'll give it back to you, I'll pay it back. If you want to pay it back to the next person, pay it back to the next human being. That is how we'll be able to make our world a nicer place, and probably a perfect one. Yeah, I'll see you again in the next episode. That will be chapter 35. Bye bye.